Oh, son of a...
Why is the chocolate gone?
Well, because you ate some chocolate until it was empty. And why did you eat some chocolate? Well, that's an interesting question, really. You see, the chocolate is gone because yesterday you were stressed about the next day's math test, even though you're Asian and you're never supposed to be worried about math, and you ate the last piece to forget about it, and you forgot to go to the store to buy another can. So, the chocolate is gone because of a test, right? Actually, before you were stressed about the test, you had to eat a bitter medicine for a cold that you had for nearly a week, which left a bad aftertaste. And to get rid of it, you ate several pieces of chocolate. Obviously, if you hadn't eaten them, you would have had some left for today. So the chocolate is gone because I had a cold. Is that right? Actually, a few days before that, you went to school and ate some chocolate during class, and since it was right before lunch and everyone was hungry, a dozen of your friends came up to you and begged for chocolate. And of course you, since you're not the type of person to reject anybody, easily distributed half the can to the entire class. So the chocolate is gone because I have friends. Is that it? Well, you're making this a bit more complicated. In that case, if you want to go even deeper, your friends only asked for chocolate because it was right before lunch and they were hungry. But they were hungry because none of them actually ate breakfast. If your friends never existed, none of this would have happened. But really, your friends exist only because their parents exist, who only exist because of their parents. And if we track this entire sequence all the way to the top, this all happened because of an incredibly long line of ancestors, the evolution of man, the creation of life, and the formation of Earth, which all happened because of the Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago. So, the chocolate is gone because of the Big Bang. Is that the final answer? Well, technically, since nothing we know happened before the Big Bang, yes. And if that's true, that basically means that the Big Bang, the formation of the Earth, the creation of life, the evolution of man, a long line of descendants, the discovery of cacao beans, sugar, and chocolate, the existence of your friends, sociable personality, better medicine, and a math test are the reasons why you have no chocolate today, 13.7 billion years later. So does that mean that since the Big Bang and the formation of the Earth, you were destined to have no chocolate on this specific day? Maybe. Maybe the entire world was planned to go this way. You were meant to have many friends, consume medicine, and worry about an easy math test ever since the beginning of the world. That doesn't make much sense, does it? Well, in other words, the future of the world is already planned out no matter what you try in order to change it. We're always destined to have an empty chocolate can on this very day, and that's that. Which leads you to question the purpose of life then. Why do we live and make decisions if our destinies are already planned out? If what we choose can't change the future, what is the point of making certain choices? But if so, will the decision to not make choices affect our lives? And if so, will our decisions to not make any more choices also be something planned out since the beginning of the world, 13.7 billion years ago? So does that mean that all 7.6 billion people that inhabit the Earth really have no free will and are pre-programmed to accept what the universe had already planned out for them? But doesn't that simply imply that since our ability to make decisions disappear, we're just robots that can communicate with one another? But really, the better question to ask is not if decisions are important or not. It should be about how this chocolate could have affected your life in any way for the future. Well, in that case, if there was even one piece of chocolate for you to eat, you would have been less stressed about the fact that you would have a math test the next day. This would have allowed you to improve your mental abilities and ace the test, which would have led you to achieving one of the school's highest grades, earning you that scholarship to the dream university that you've always wanted to go to. After 5 years of studying at a great university, you would have graduated with a bachelor's degree in engineering, and many years after that, after more intense studying, you would have been able to obtain a PhD in the field and absolutely crush everything by earning tons of money, which ultimately would have allowed you to get a wife, 2 kids, and a dog, and overall have a happy life. But the reality is that there was actually no chocolate in that can, and that made the difference. You see, the lack of sugar significantly influenced your attention span for the next day's test, making you mess up horrifically. As a result, your overall grade turned out to be one of the lowest in the school history, leading to your parents kicking you out of the house. You became sad, and this event haunted you for the rest of your life. You never went back to studying and dropped out of school, and since you never obtained that high school diploma, much less a bachelor's degree in a university major, you never successfully found a job that allowed you to earn a great amount of money, get a wife, 2 kids, and a dog, and have a happy life. Instead, you eventually ended up having no home at all, and after many years of aimlessly roaming around the streets, you died at quite a young age, unfortunately. Of course, you had the possibility of avoiding roaming around the streets and have become a very successful engineer with his name flashing everywhere in the world, but none of that actually happened, all because of one tiny piece of chocolate. But I guess that's okay because I have Twix in my freezer.